When we think about Lyndon Johnson, and I love the previous panel, I would say that what's so important about the Johnson presidency, and I think you even see it as vice president, especially in '63, he's got the great chat with Ted Sorensen in June following the Gettysburg speech on May 30th, where he's giving advice to Ted Sorensen to give to Jack Kennedy. And he's talking about using the presidency as a bully pulpit. But he also mentions James Baldwin. He mentions Martin Luther King Jr. It's really an extraordinary, and we have it at the LBJ library, 25 pages. He's at the June 22nd meeting with civil rights leaders and President Kennedy. And then he becomes president. And so this idea of freedom, and freedom sort of really freedom beyond emancipation, freedom beyond what has been conceived. And I think the interesting thing with LBJ, with freedom, is that he's in creative tension with these social movements, okay? And I think that's how democracies work. We were talking earlier about democracies being messy. So he doesn't agree with everything they say, but he agrees with a lot. And so, for instance, the freedom comes from people like James Baldwin, the Fire Next Time, who gives us a whole new language on how to talk about race in 1963. Truly extraordinary. If you take a look at sort of 30, 35 national newspapers and look at every single issue for a year, which people like us up here do, and other magazines and stuff from '63 and archives, and you see the way our language changes. But Martin Luther King Jr. changes our language too. Letter from Birmingham jail. By May, the American Friends Committee, the Quakers, print up 50,000 booklets by May of 1963. People are teaching that. And what is Letter from Birmingham jail? It's a theory of justice, morally centered. Lyndon Johnson uses that language in 1963, in '64, and '65, transforms the whole ballgame. And when I say freedom, he means freedom for everyone, but he understands that not everyone's at the same place. And that's why you get immigration, you get water policy, you get voting rights, you get all these different policies, but truly extraordinary. And again, one word, freedom.